Okay, so next topic is potential difference. Potential difference is very important property in electricity. Okay, so as we have seen, as I showed, if I take a copper wire, okay, the atoms are moving, the electrons moving in random direction. So if you want to make them to move in a particular direction, we have to connect it to a cell or a battery. Okay, so how does it work? We will study now. See, for to understand what is potential difference, I'll take some analogy. Okay, so if I take two tanks, this is my tank 1 and this is my tank 2. Now I'll connect these two tanks with a tube. So this is my tank 1 and this is my tank 2, tank B. Now I'll take water level up to here. I'll fill this tank up to this level. Okay, even I'll take same level and I'll fill it with water. So what you can see, can you see from tank A to tank B some water is been moved? No. Why? Because the tank A and tank B both are same level. So there is no movement of water. It is stagnant. But if I take a second case where I'll decrease the water level in tank B. So see, tank A has more water level and tank B has less water level. So now what you can see that the water will move from tank A to tank B. Why? Because there is a pressure difference. See, there is a pressure difference in tank A. Now what is pressure difference? See, as we can see, the height of the water level is more. So there is a pressure, more pressure in tank A. See, if you keep more books, if you keep 10 books, and if you take 5 books, so which will have more pressure? So it will have first case, the 10 books, it will have more pressure. Similarly in tank A, the pressure is more, so the water will move from tank A to tank B. So we have created a pressure difference. Okay, similarly if you take cup of coffee, okay, so if I take cup of coffee which is hot one, so what you can see, after some time the coffee will become warm. Why? Because the temperature, the heat of the coffee is moving from high temperature to the low temperature. Comparatively, if you see the surrounding has less temperature, so the coffee will become warm. So high temperature to low temperature. Similarly, as we know, if it is anything, so water, let it be water, let it be heat, it will always travel from, let it be wind, so it will always travel from high temperature to low temperature, as we have studied even in breeze. So even in breeze, land breeze and sea breeze, the wind is traveling from high pressure to low pressure. Similarly, water also move from high pressure to low pressure. So this analogy we will make use in our potential difference or in moving of electrons. So now we will see how the electrons are moved. Now I'll take a dry cell. See, we know a dry cell. Okay, see, if you have seen this dry cell which has a positive end and a negative end. So why here there is positive and there is negative? So we will have a rough study on it. So this is all are just extra knowledge to understand why there is a plus sign over here and negative sign here. So if you see, there is a rod in the dry cell, okay, and okay. Now here there is chemical 1. In this rod there is one chemical, and in this part there is one more chemical, a powder, which is C2. So we don't have to remember the name of chemical. This is just to understand why there is a negative and there is a positive sign here. So what happens? There is a chemical reaction between C1 and C2. So this chemical and this chemical will start reacting and it will release a chemical energy. So there is a chemical energy is being released. So during this, the electrons, okay, the electrons will start moving to this side. Whatever the electrons are being present here, so there are electrons present here. So these electrons will start moving to this side, and that reaction is called as redox reaction. So redox reaction is nothing but exchange of electrons. So due to this chemical energy or this reaction, the electron starts moving to the C2 side, this side. So as we can see, there are more number of electrons here now. So since there is more number of electrons, so one side it has more negative charge, so this side is called as negative, and this side, end of C1, there are less, very few or no electrons, so we call it as plus sign. So this is how in a dry cell we associated this with negative and this side with positive. See, this all you don't have in your syllabus, just to understand why here it is minus and why here there is plus sign. Now potential difference. So what is potential difference? So what I'll do now, I'll connect this dry cell. Okay, this is my dry cell. I'll connect this to my copper wire. So as we have seen, the copper wire has atoms. So these electrons are moving in a random direction. So as soon as I connect this to my copper wire, okay, so this is my negative sign and this is my plus sign. So what will happen now? See, there are electrons in this. So the electrons are negative charge and this is also negative. So both like charge will start repelling each other. So this will repel with each other. So and positive side will attract these electrons. So what will happen? These are repelling. So this will move in this direction. Since this is positive, they are trying to attract the electron. So this will start moving this side because the electrons are getting attracted toward positive side. So now we can say that the current is been set up. Okay. So current is been set up. So what is current? The current is nothing but flow of charge. The charges are moving now. So this is nothing but we can say that in my circuit there is been a current. Okay. So now we can say that the direction of current is from negative to positive, because it is flowing from negative end to positive end. So from this side to this side, this side to this side. So here we can say that it is flowing from negative end to positive end. But okay, so see, if you remember, this one is called as, now we have in the direction of current. So based on direction of current, we have two flow of current. One is electronic current and one is conventional current. Okay, second one is conventional current. This is very important. So electronic current is nothing but the flow of electrons. So negative to positive. So I'll say that this is my electronic current. So if the current flow from negative end to positive end, then we call it as electronic current. But what is conventional current? See, conventional current is nothing but, if I take my electric circuit, okay, this is my bulb, a basic electric circuit. So as we have studied from earlier, we are studying that the current is flowing from plus to minus. We always indicate our flow of current from positive end. So current is flowing in this direction and coming to negative. So if you ask that but the electrons are flowing from negative to positive, then why the current is being denoted as positive to negative? So the answer is, said the earlier the electron wasn't discovered. So before electron, so current was discovered earlier, but the electron wasn't discovered yet. So the people started assuming that the positive end is at high level and the negative is at low level. So it was an assumption that current used to flow from positive end to negative end. But in the root cause, in the root thing, the current is actually flowing from negative end to positive end. So since this was an assumed flow of current, because that was assumed, it was not true, it was an assumed statement, so we call it as conventional current. So conventional current is nothing but, convention is nothing but as assumption. So that was an assumption that it flows from positive to negative. So originally the current flows from negative to positive, but now we have already accepted, we have already made sure that the current is flow from positive to and negative. It is called as conventional current. Okay, so hope you understood the direction of flow of current, which is very important. So see the the potential difference. Okay, the potential. So now potential difference is nothing but it is also called as PD. Okay, this is also called as PD. So potential difference. So because of this potential difference, the current is been flowing. So if there was no potential difference, there wouldn't have been any current. So because of my potential difference, here there is some reaction happening. Okay, so in this cells, as we have seen, because of the reaction, the current is been negative charges are been repelled, and it is making sure that the electrons are moving in a particular way. So because of this potential difference, here there is a potential difference. So in short, there is a work done. So now we will define what is potential difference. So we will define the potential difference. So potential difference is written as V. Okay, so it is formula is W by Q. So what is potential difference? The work done in bringing a charge from one point to another point is called as potential difference. So if you observe, because of this potential difference, the electrons are flowing from one end to another end. So the charges are moving. So flow of charges is nothing but current. So the work done in bringing the charge from one point to another, to one point to another, to one point to another. So similarly, it keeps on flowing until, so till when? Till the chemical energy is being performed. So once the chemical energy, once the cell is being used up, the chemical reaction gets over. So this will stop. So once, if there is no potential difference, if I take, see, if I take just a copper wire, if I take only a copper wire without connecting it to cell, so will it show the flow of electron, flow of current? No. If I take a copper wire, and if you see, there is no current because there is no potential difference. So because of the potential difference, the current is being moved in your circuit. So potential difference is called as, given as W upon Q. So work done in moving the charges from one point to another point. So the potential difference is also called as voltage. Okay, the other name for potential difference is called as voltage, and it is measured in device called as voltmeter. Similarly, for as current, we have studied that it is called as ammeter. For voltage, for potential difference, we call it as voltmeter. And the voltmeter is always connected in parallel to the circuit. So if this is my bulb, so we have to measure the potential difference across the bulb. I'll connect this to parallel. Okay, so this is my voltmeter. I'll connect parallel to my bulb. So wherever, if you want to connect, wherever you want to check the potential difference, you always have to connect the parallel to the bulb. Okay, so this is voltmeter, and SI unit of voltage is volt. So volt is nothing but SI unit of potential difference. So if we define 1 volt is defined as work done, 1 joule of work done in bringing 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. So if you want to bring 1 coulomb of charge, if this is my 1 coulomb of charge, I want to bring this point A to point B. So this work done, so how much work done is 1 joule. So this 1 joule of work done to bring 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point is called as 1 volt. So in short, we can define that potential difference as bringing charge from work done to bring one charge from one point to another point. So if I take this point A to point B, so from this point to this point, we have to get the charge. So the work done is called as potential difference.